1980, a new show burst onto America's TV screens. Do you remember? This ski jump is very beautiful and spectacular, and obviously too dangerous for you to try.
And I hope no one in this audience gets bitten by the cobra that's going to be released right here.
Belly dancing involves long hours of training and muscle control.
Hi, I'm John Davidson. He's either the best juggler on ice or the best skater who juggles. And he's only 13 years old.
Tonight, another visit with the world's smartest dogs.
I'm Fran Tarkenton.
The 6-mile race is a tough grind for anyone, but it's incredible when a 5-year-old can do it. Tonight, an attempt to crash through walls of fire.
Meet the incredible Wilbur, the world's best jogger. I'm Kathy Lee Crosby. This plane is in a 360-degree spin, but inside, the pilot is calmly pouring his tea.
Lots of people tell us that they don't see how we managed for the first 11 months before they were separated.
You'll see him pedal away at more than 120 miles an hour.
Yogi Bikram Chowdhury will lie on a bed of nails and allow himself to be turned into a human motorcycle ramp.
And everyone here reads, even a duck named Lancelot.
Welcome to That's Incredible, the reunion. We have so many great memories of That's Incredible past. We have our studio, or at least part of it.
And we're back for an exciting look at the bizarre stories and stunts and people who paved the way for all of the reality shows you see on television today.
Of course, we never meant for it to get so far out of hand.
That's not to say that we didn't live dangerously sometimes. I got locked in the cage with the Komodo dragon.
No, really, I'm not kidding. Let me out.
And I wound up kissing a bear on the mouth.
Fran, you never got in any tough spots.
Tough spots? I played 18 years in the National Football League. I don't have to prove anything.
Wow, way to go, number 10.
For those of you who weren't around for our 5-year run on ABC, we hope you'll enjoy our look at what was and still is incredible.
And for those of you who watched the original series, we have stories we know you'll want to see again.
There he goes for a record jump. There were lots of other records on That's Incredible.
Like 60 skydivers joining up in midair.
Motorcycle jumps of every distance.
Individual heroes who didn't let handicap stop them.
Stories of the unexplained.
The unexpected.
And incredible stunts.
He did it!
He cleared it by inches.
Here's a classic example. Take a stunt involving an airplane and a parachute. Then complicate it with a motorcycle driven by daredevil Jimmy Davis. And you can get ready for a gasp. Jimmy Davis goes for it. Falling at 120 miles per hour, Jimmy pulls the ripcord.
The chute starts to open, but there's something wrong.
The parachute's lines are snagged on the bike's handlebars. We'll see what happens to Jimmy Davis in a moment. And
you'll get to imagine what it's like to be covered with bees.
We'll have an inspiring story of an adopted child.
And a record-setting run of falling dominoes on That's Incredible, the reunion.
Tonight's presentation on ABC brought to you by Tide. It's gotta be Tide.
What some people will do for the freshness of laundry dried in the cleanest breeze. Introducing a new scent from Tide, Tide Clean Breeze. Perhaps the cleanest scent you can get without the commute. New Tide Clean Breeze, also available in Downing.
Now you can bring home your very own Snow Dog. They're housebroken.
Tastes like chicken.
And obedient.
Ready? Come on!
Snow Dogs, now available to own on Disney DVD and video. Rated PG.
The fridge is broken.
Appliances on sale. Get 0% financing until October 2002, plus free delivery. Only at Sears. Where else?
Turn me up. Come feel the joy all around. Each generation has found they got their own underground. Don't forget it out. You got your own underground, and you can't sleep, you don't move. And if I leave, you can lose. So shout it out. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. It's that time, Pepsi. For those who think young.
Introducing the totally new 2003 Ford Expedition. Now you can achieve maximum inner space within seconds. With exclusive powerful third-row seats.
Whoa.
That folds flat at the touch of a button. The totally new 2003 Ford Expedition. It has no equal. It has no boundaries.
Wednesday's all about one wedding and 2 possible funerals. First, on the season finale of My Wife and Kids. 15 years ago, they had to get married. Now, they're doing it right. Then on Drew's season finale, I missed you.
I missed you too.
Will his ex give the season a shotgun ending?
Once by the mall.
Then, 10 stories high, motionless for 35 hours, then he jumps. David Blaine's Vertigo. After My Wife and Kids and Drew. It all starts at 8/7 Central, Wednesday on ABC.
Welcome back to That's Incredible. When we left you, Jimmy Davis was tangled in his parachute.
At a gut level, when we saw moments like that, we really begin to sweat bullets.
It made us wonder about the minds and thoughts of stunt people.
I just thought they were nuts.
Yeah, anybody who watched you play football thought you were nuts. But for Jimmy, this moment in the air was truly a matter of life and death. Here's what happened. Jimmy Davis goes for it. Falling at 120 miles per hour, Jimmy pulls the ripcord. The parachute's lines are snagged on the bike's handlebars. He struggles to reach the cutaway handle that will disconnect the parachute.
He tries to fall away from the bike and then pops his emergency parachute. His only hope for safety. It opens.
The motorcycle also has a safety chute, just large enough to bring it down.
Surviving this terrifying stunt is not enough for Jimmy Davis. The very same day, he had to try a second time. His goal was to land on the bike and right away.
He pops the parachute, and this time the small white parachute starts to wrap around the handlebars. Jimmy quickly untangles it so the main parachute can open.
Needless to say, Jimmy Davis couldn't be happier. What would you get if you put a bunch of college students together to break a world record?
With kids today, I'd say a lot of fights, a few arrests, and maybe some nudity. But if you mean back when we were doing the show, you just get some off-the-wall stunts.
Arizona State University holds the record of 23 people on a table at once. They're going to try and break their own record.
Don't try this at home. You could break your kitchen table.
That's 23. They've tied their own world record.
They're 24. They made it. 25, a new world record in table stacking.
That's incredible.
What seemed unfair to me was the people that jumped over cars or out of planes got just as much attention as the people who did stuff like stacking bottle caps.
Or 13,000 beer coasters. 1, 2. Hey-ya! All the pressure's on the...
Oh, look at the barns going.
One of the things we like to do is to make our audiences squirm a little.
Yeah, like remember the time you wore those plaid jackets on the show?
No. I mean like the time we covered a girl with 30,000 bees.
Bee expert Dr. Norman Gary coated a volunteer with a chemical compound that duplicates the odor of the queen bee. And look what happened.
Now that she has the attractant on her, I'll liberate masses of bees and they'll come to her, just as if she's a giant queen bee. Right on your nose. Let me get that one off.
I'm doing fine, but they're getting a little heavy.
On her left arm, there probably are about 5 or 6 pounds of bees, and they do get heavy. Okay, we must take them off soon now. Her arm's getting tired. Okay? She's going to jump up once now. Before you jump, let me tell you how to do it. There's no bees on your legs, so you can kneel a little bit and then jump up and come down hard. But remember, keep your left arm out. Don't let it come down to your body. Okay? Okay? Okay, let's jump up, and here we go. One time, really hard.
Dr. Norman Gary was the man who appeared on our very first That's Incredible, and we've invited him back because he is the bee master. What a honey of a story, sir.
Hold it now. I don't allow bee puns.
All right, okay.
You know, bees are one of the most important animals on the planet.
I want to know about the girl that we saw. I mean, was she stung?
No, she had a great time, and it was fun. We had lots of bees, but no stings.
Oh.
Would you like to see a real sting?
Yeah.
All right.
Oh.
Oh. Now I'll try to get it out and then take a closer look at it. Can you see it pulsating? That's how it delivers the venom.
Hey, that wasn't so bad. Hey, Fran, why don't you reach in there and grab one?
Yeah, Fran, come on.
They're mostly drones.
And drones don't sting?
Drones don't sting. They're...
But, Norman, you said mostly drones in there.
That's right.
Well, you know what? Kathy Lee really likes to do that. Kathy Lee's really the one to do this.
No,
She's a courageous, and they're mostly drones, Kathleen.
Sure. Ready to go for it. Okay.
Now what do I do?
There's one.
See? Oh, my God.
See how nice that is?
Oh, it vibrates. It's like,
And are you getting stung?
no,
Doesn't it
not
feel
yet.
good?
No, it's like...
So you did it.
You look at this.
Help me here.
I mean, you had one chance to do something, to volunteer for the first time in all the history of the show.
But you like it.
Well, he's kind of cute.
Thank you, Dr. Norman Gary, for being with us once again.
My pleasure.
I've always wondered, what's faster, the hand or the eye? After watching close-up magician Don Allen, I realized I still don't have a clue.
Would you drop the little ball in the cup? Now, isn't that fun?
That's fun.
If it is shake it up and down and I put the little ball into my pocket, Kathy, and put the little ball back under the cup without you seeing me do it. In other words, when I take it out, it will come back, but you're not supposed to see how.
Right.
You understand that?
Yes.
I'll start at the beginning if you don't understand the game. It's a civil... This is a trick. It's a trick. Put the little ball in the cup, my friend. Right.
You do it.
When the little ball goes in the cup and I shake it up and down, turn it over, the idea is for you to keep one eye on the cup, one eye on my hand.
Right.
No, you missed the ball. I'll do it again for you. See, if you don't see it, then you throw it, then you see it. You played football. You know. Don't play this.
I could use that in ball hand.
I know.
really could have.
Put the little ball in the cup. I'll explain how it's done. All right. Yeah. Is this too tough for you, friend?
It's hard. It's hard to get in there.
If I shake it up and down when I do that, now, did you see the ball go in my pocket?
No.
See, I lie a lot. Where do you think it is guessing? Under the cup or in my pocket? Where do you think?
I think it's under the cup.
No, no, no. Had you said the pocket, then it would be under the cup. You don't understand.
How do you do that? You just...
Very well, I thought. I'll explain. You see, when the ball goes in my pocket, now, if you say it is here, I will tell you it is here. If it's here, then it will be there. I have two of them. Bigger than the other, but you have to... Is that solid? That's the other.
Don Allen couldn't be with us here tonight, but he did have a message for Kathy Lee.
Oh.
Can you ask him where my wallet went?
On That's Incredible, we were proud to introduce some of the most important innovations of the 20th century. And this.
Put a rubber ball on top of a mountain, put a man inside the ball, and you have a brand new thrill sport. Maybe.
We wonder why it didn't catch on.
We did bring you one new sport that was destined for fame. We were there the first time ski bindings were put onto surfboards, and a group of wildly inventive Frenchmen launched the sport of snowboarding. It would thrill the X generation and wind up in the Winter Olympics.
There's a lot more of That's Incredible coming up. But first...
Coming up, the boxer and the champion, and an incredible feast of dominoes.
We don't have to insist on 100% pure beef, but we do. We don't have to insist on only the highest quality ingredients, but we do. Why? Because sometimes doing more than you have to is the absolute right thing to do.
Y'all ready for this? Are you ready for something new? Something different? Something exciting? It's Toyota's nationwide summer event with 18 models to choose from. It's here. The redesigned, totally transformed 2003 Corolla. A dramatic new look and more standard features. Or take home the all-new 2003 Matrix. This one you just gotta see to believe. Y'all ready for this? Get the Toyota you've been wanting now. We're ready. Are you?
I think she smiled at me. Great smile. I wonder what her mom looks like. I'm wearing my lucky boxers. She'd look good in my boxers. What if she snores? What if I snore? Don't trip. Don't drool. Relax. How's my breath?
The intense flavor crystals and icebreakers give you a long-lasting fresh breath. And that should give you some confidence. Icebreakers. The best way to break the ice.
Can I give my dog a perm?
Are cats smarter than dolphins?
Look at those teeth. Should I get him braces?
What's with all the wiggling?
What's the best flea and tick treatment?
Now that I can answer. Frontline Plus. It's the longest lasting, most complete flea protection you can get. And it kills the tick that may transmit Lyme disease. Plus 3 others. It's the best.
Ask your veterinarian about Frontline Plus. For dogs and cats, Frontline is the veterinarian's #1 choice.
Is it okay for Rudy here to eat bean dip?
The first rule of shopping is, girl, you gotta be smart. You know, save money and look good doing it. Fabulous. You want great style? You want Payless. The shoes are nice. Montego Bay Club with hand stitching and real soft leather. You'll love these shoes. You can wear them all day and your feet will still be happy. Don't just look good. Look smart. Payless.
Tonight,
A kid is missing.
it's a special time
Did you put your hands on him?
for a special 2 hours of Blue.
I'm not a kidnapper.
Just a child molester. The 2-hour NYPD Blue season finale is tonight, 9/8 Central on ABC. Viewer discretion advised. 35 hours on a tiny platform in the sky. No nets, no food, no wires. David Blaine's newest feat is like writing 10 stories up and jumping into thin air. It's your worst nightmare, and he's been looking forward to it all year. David Blaine's Vertigo, live Wednesday, 10/9 Central on ABC.
Every time I walk to the edge of a cliff and look down, I get a little queasy. And I felt even worse when we did stories about stunts in high places.
The city's almost 1,000 feet below, and Monsieur Henri has nothing to save him in case of an accidental slip or a momentary loss of balance. There's only an assistant to help him put things in place.
Monsieur Henri is going to balance his chair on 4 ordinary water glasses.
Simply sitting on this chair is much too easy. He has a second chair for sitting, and that one will be balanced on top of the chair that's balanced on the glasses.
Here he goes.
In just a few seconds, Monsieur Henri's life will hang on his own balance.
You know, we probably should never have shown Monsieur Henri's stunt.
Why?
We don't want to give those new reality shows any ideas.
Not to worry. They wouldn't do it unless the guy was on fire.
We discovered many extraordinary and talented young people on our show. Among them was a 5-year-old who would later become an incredible actress.
She began reading before she was even a year old.
While I abide upon the veil of privileged dream, and keep my drooping eyelids open wide, looking on darkness which the blind see, which like a jewel hung in ghastly night makes light.
When Alicia was about 3 weeks old, she was beginning to imitate sounds. I remember one evening I was telling her a story in her crib. During the story, she was supplying part of the words. You could distinguish what she was saying. Alicia began to read probably about 6.5, 7 months. Before she was 2 years old, she was reading the newspaper in books, not children's books, but regular books like the Waltons, Little House on the Prairie, and books like that.
In every other way, Alicia lives a perfectly normal life.
Alicia will remain at home. I will continue educating Alicia myself. Hopefully it will remain as much fun as it has been, and it will just be a natural part of living. I don't see any problems in Alicia's life at all.
We asked this amazing young lady to visit us in the studio, and I had the privilege of performing a scene from Romeo and Juliet with her. I hadn't memorized the lines, but she sure had.
Okay, just think of me as Romeo. Lots of people do. You can just think, okay? I'll be down here. Turn a little bit out there so they can see you. Does Romeo give Juliet a rose in this scene? No? Okay. All right. Okay. Oh, speak again, bright angel, for thou art as glorious to the night, being o'er my head, as is a winged messenger of heaven.
Oh, Romeo, Romeo, wherefore art thou, Romeo?
Shall I hear more, or shall I speak at this?
'Tis but thy name that is my enemy. Thou art thyself, thou not a Montague. What's Montague? Is nor hand, nor foot, nor arm, nor face, nor other part belonging to man. Oh, be some other name. What's the name? That which we call a rose, by another name would smell sweet. So Romeo would, we not Romeo calls. We cannot deal perfection what she owes without that title. Romeo, doth thy name, and for thy name which is no part of thee, take all my soul.
And by now you must know that her name is Alicia Witt. She grew up on television in shows like Sybil and Twin Peaks, and now she's a major star in feature films, soon to be seen in the new Hugh Grant, Sandra Bullock film.
There are a lot of people who look on body piercing as commonplace.
Usually those people are young and have a high tolerance for pain.
We hope we didn't contribute to the body-piercing fad by showing you people who did ghastly things with sharp objects.
For this piece, you're allowed to turn away, but not to change the channel. To those of you watching at home, whatever you do, don't try this. It's dangerous, very dangerous.
Buckets of sand will be suspended from each pin. Master Chi now places his throat over the dagger. He did it!
A steel pin is pressed through the skin and muscle of his back. It's one of the 2 pins with which Eric Deckespotter will be hoisted more than 80 feet into the air. Within a few moments, he reaches his incredible goal. He's done it.
We used to get truckloads of mail from people who thought their pets were the most incredible. We got about 220 singing dogs, 432 Frisbee retrievers, 12 tree climbing pets, and a lot of cats who could read. We also found a group of animals who loved water, and even some who could, when asked, hang 20.
Surf's up, daddy, and the weather's just right. Gonna get my board and ride, ride, ride. Yeah.
We've all seen dogs chase frisbees at a park, but few of them could compete with Coos.
Samson is going to pound an 8.5-inch steel nail through a 4-inch wooden plank. Now, Samson is going to remove the nail using nothing more than his teeth. Don't ever try removing nails with your own teeth.
Someone get that man a toolkit.
More stunts to come, including an insane piano sleigh ride.
And a visit from Yogi Kudu.
Who are you?
I'm Snuggle.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am. I'm Snuggly Soft. Come on, squeeze me.
I will not.
I make towels fluffy, blankets cuddly. I'll fill your house with Snuggly Softness.
Please leave.
Bye-bye.
When it comes to real softness, there's only one Snuggle. Snuggle. There's no substitute for softness.
2 thumbs up for Spirit. It's the best animated story since The Lion King. It will leave kids and parents cheering out loud. Spirit, rated G. Starts this Friday everywhere.
Your serve, Angie.
Thanks, Jim.
Are mosquitoes sending your outdoor activities indoors? Take back your backyard with new off-hanging mosquito lantern. The candle activates the repellent pad, which protects an area up to 15 feet by 15 feet. New off-hanging mosquito lantern keeps bugs off. Bring the same glowing protection to your deck or patio with off mosquito lamp.
A million uses and counting. The 210 horsepower supercharged Nissan Xterra. Everything you need, nothing you don't.
Wagner to serve. Wait a minute. He's walking off the court. What's going on? Look at the size of those shrimp.
Red Lobster's jumbo shrimp. They're just that big. Now only $12.99 for a limited time. Red Lobster. Go overboard.
It's a game of lies.
Their excuse didn't hold water.
A game of deceit.
She can lie, cheat, and steal very well.
Wrapped in a mystery.
I don't even really know what to believe.
Oh my God.
Next Tuesday.
You got a suspect here.
It's the ultimate spy game.
Sure, I could be the mole.
And it's back.
Then again, maybe I'm not the mole.
It's the 2-hour premiere of The Mole next Tuesday, 8/7 Central on ABC.
That's incredible. We'll continue in a moment.
Yeah, nice day.
Take a look. Dodge Ram. The only truck with 4 full-size doors and a full-size bed. Plus, the handling of rack and pinion steering.
And I hope no one was behind us.
Grab Dodge's 7/100 powertrain pledge. Ford, GM, and Toyota don't match it.
Tonight at 10, an exclusive 12 News investigation.
Thousands of local bank customers put at risk. Personal records stolen, used to buy expensive cars and get new credit cards. And why did the bank wait till 12 News investigated to tell its customers? You didn't know that this happened until I called you?
No. Is your information safe? 12's Colleen Henry and Ken Wainscott team up for a story that affects thousands of people in Wisconsin. Right after the season finale of NYPD Blue, live, local, late-breaking coverage. Tonight on 12 News at 10.
Some days I like to go glamorous, wild, formal, young, fun, and when I feel a little frisky. Wow!
If you like choices, choose Suncom and get a free $50 gift card from your choice of dozens of stores and restaurants, plus a free Nokia handset.
So many choices, so little time.
Wireless just got simpler.
Now this is me.
Suncom. Simply yours.
I am gorgeous.
Were you one of thousands of bank customers put at financial risk tonight at 10?
We were very proud of the fact that on our show we featured what we called handy-capable people. It was a term we coined, which reflected the will, drive, and courage of people who were determined to succeed and did.
We found a young man in Newark, New Jersey, who exemplified our idea of handy-capable.
His story not only moved us, but it also moved one of the greatest athletic stars of our time.
A young boy born with a deformed hand was determined to make a bid for sports greatness.
At age 19, Michael May has a record that other amateur boxers envy. 20 wins, including 9 knockouts. Only 1 loss, and that by a decision.
Mike, you've been in training now for 3 years, and the New Jersey Boxing Commission has indicated that they will not allow you to turn pro. They say they're afraid you'll get hurt.
No, I feel though if I had 20 fights and only lost 1 and had 9 knockouts, I think I deserve a chance just like any other man.
We wanted to get an expert's opinion on Mike's boxing prowess, so we called the greatest authority in the field. Ladies and gentlemen, the greatest fighter in the world, Mr. Muhammad Ali.
We're really glad you're here with us. What do you think of Mike here?
Many people are down because they might have one leg, or they have cancer, or they're crippled, or told they can't do it. And man is the reflection of his imagination. He's as great as he thinks he is. He's as weak as he thinks he is. If he thinks he's incapable, he'll remain incapable. If he thinks he's mighty, he'll be mighty.
You were in the ring and you looked across and saw him in the other corner.
I would feel all right. I wouldn't feel sorry, as you're trying to say people do. If the boxing commissions and people approve him, then his behind is mine. I ain't as dumb as I look. Take off your hook. Come on.
Ali's remarks to the young boxer were prophetic. In the years since he appeared on That's Incredible, Ali himself has been facing a debilitating disease. The manner in which he's fought its ravages marks him as a true champion.
Most of our shows had a stunt that needed one of us to volunteer.
And as you've seen, Fran, our former quarterback, was rarely eager to step in.
Oh, I was willing.
No, you never volunteered.
Oh, come on.
No, you didn't.
I did.
No, you never volunteered.
You see, that's why I wound up generally being the unwilling volunteer. But don't tell them. Sometimes I liked it.
We have a first-class volunteer right here, Chris.
Oh, no.
Kathy Lee.
No, I didn't volunteer.
Lift your head around. Like it up. Like that, you know.
Many guys have tried this before. Our courageous Kathy Lee has volunteered to enter the ring with Hercules.
Yes, Cookie. Let's give it a go. You want to work, baby? Be relaxed now.
Kathy Lee, we wish we could be up there with you, but they need us down here.
All right, you did it.
You know what's really funny about that? When I was up on the trapeze, the guys were giving me instructions in Spanish. I don't speak Spanish.
See, your problem is you don't know how to sidestep the really tough spots. Watch how I did it.
Now, Larry, I understand you're going to strap someone to this door and spin it around.
Yes.
And you'll throw hatchets at it so it misses the person, hits the other side of the door.
Just miss them by a fraction of a second.
Well, could we kind of see who's been selected to be up there?
Sure.
Okay.
See who we
spin
have
it
here.
around. John, step back.
He's back. Here. Welcome back, Larry Ciseski.
Hi, John. Hi, Kathy Lee. Fran, how are you?
Great to see you. You going to warm up a little here?
Yep, let's take a few warm-ups here.
Warm up for what?
It's just a little warm up, you know.
Oh, back there. I remember that. Oh, yeah, that's it. Oh, we still got it.
See?
It was a good idea.
No problem.
Oh, he's
no problem.
Really good.
4 balloons, 4 hatchets. That was it.
exactly what he's doing.
Now, Larry,
Yes.
you ready for the next one? We talked about that, right?
I'm ready.
So, Fran, what do you need you to do? Just come over here.
No, not me.
John, we have a guest. We have a guest. Just come over here. Just all he needs you to do.
Perfect.
He's just lining up?
Yeah, just put this between your legs. Good.
To line up
Now,
on these other ones.
I know, but I wouldn't move if I were you. Just head back. Don't move. Don't breathe.
No way. No, I'm sorry. Larry, really nice to meet you. Have a nice life.
They're not ready.
I don't know what to do. I'm sorry. I'm going to go see if I can bring them back.
You're going
Just
now,
take
too?
a little minute. I'm going, you know.
You're not coming back?
No, I don't think so, no. We wanted one last encore for the incredible efforts of Yogi Kudu.
His ability to twist his body into unique shapes just dazzled us. And of course, once in that shape, he can do miraculous things. Witness the last effort he made for us. Fran, you finally beat that game?
No. I finally learned how to turn it on.
The first electronic games made their appearance around the time That's Incredible started.
So when we heard there was going to be a major international competition, we rushed to be there.
It was a big day for Ottumwa, Iowa. Its video game tournament drew large crowds. There was a parade and all the ceremony that an important event demands.
Go! There were 5 events, the first of which was Super Pac-Man. This was a new video game, and contestants hadn't had too many weeks to learn this machine.
Next up, another sequel game, Donkey Kong Jr. Crowds gathered about to watch the champs as they manipulated their joystick, taking a baby ape through a maze of vines and creatures.
Joust was next. Players guide warriors who sit astride flying ostriches.
And of course, another popular test was solving Rubik's Cube. And that Rubik's Cube is driving you crazy. How long have you been working on that?
Since 1984.
You almost done?
No.
I got some help for you. We're proud to welcome the current Rubik's Cube champion, Dan Knights.
Hi.
Hey, Dan.
Nice to meet you.
Thanks for coming on the show. Is the game making a comeback, or has it always been popular ever since we did it?
I don't think it's ever going to have a craze like it did in the early 80s.
Right.
But the sales, I think, have been increasing over the last few years, and it's definitely having a comeback of some sort.
What about people like me? There must be a shortcut.
Put the green on top, so I get this green centerpiece.
Yeah.
And then I build a cross on the green layer. So you see there's these...
Yeah.
And then from there, I'll put in the corners, and then I'll have the whole green side done. And then I can sort of work from there across the cube.
That's what I missed. Oh, if I'd have known that job.
What was your winning time?
When the last competition I was in, it was 15.6 seconds.
You were a little longer.
18 years. All right. I want to see how fast you can do it on this stage tonight. Now, I've already scrambled this one all the way up,
Sure.
and I'm going to swap with you now.
Okay.
And I want you to get ready. Now, John, you got your watch ready to go?
I got my watch ready. 3, 2, 1, go. Five seconds. 10 seconds. 15 seconds. 21.
That's incredible. Under this pressure, it'll be like 21 seconds. Congratulations. That's terrific. Great.
Well, thanks for being here, Dan, and we'll see you at the next competition.
Thank you.
Coming up, a game of human dominoes.
And a wild ride with the Dangerous Sports Club.
Hey, Jimmy, got yourself a salad for lunch.
And it's very pretty, too, Jimmy.
It's not mine. It's for Shelley.
For Shelley. Where's she? I'd like to say hi.
She's at home, where I'm taking the salad. Okay, gotta go.
Everyone's ordering Wendy's new Garden Sensation salads. And with 4 to choose from, you can taste the new sensation every day.
I'll have the chicken BLT salad.
Spring mix salad.
Boy, Jimmy was sure acting weird.
He's a funny one.
Wendy's 4 new Garden Sensations. We've raised the bar on salads. And remember, Wendy's pickup window is open late.
Grab it.
Pledge Grab It Wet Floor Wipes.
I like to know that it's clean.
Then I know the germs are gone.
Get away, germs.
Pledge Grab It Wet removes 95% of bacteria from your floor.
This is so easy, and now I know it's clean.
Pledge Grab It Wet Floor Wipes.
Germs, get out of here.
Why do you like your Pledge Grab-It wet?
For vinyl, tile, and wood floors.
You can go from one room to the next.
I can get all my floors done. It's lightweight.
It can reach all the way up to the ceiling.
I can get right underneath this table.
One of the more versatile products I've ever seen.
Pledge Grab-It wet.
This is so easy.
A dog knows he can always rely on an unsuspecting child for a great, fresh-tasting meal. Or now, Pedigree Little Champion. Gently prepared, then sealed in our revolutionary flavor lock pouch. For the home-cooked taste dogs love.
The legend was born in 1965 in the storied swamp of Florida. And as befits the legend, it began with a searing question.
Coach asked why we didn't go during the game.
The players weren't adequately hydrated and their performance suffered.
As the Gators marched through the season, they drank a carbohydrate electrolyte beverage created by University of Florida doctors.
Naturally, we called our stuff Gatorade.
In conditions that would make a salamander sweat, the Gators thrived.
Those boys drank that stuff and they became a second-half team. I saw it with my own two eyes.
In 1967, when the Gators won their first Orange Bowl, Gatorade had arrived.
Today, Gatorade is the most researched sports drink in the world.
And it continues to fuel champions wherever they're found. Humbly born on the hard-scrabbled gridirons of Florida, proven by generations of athletes. And just as the games never end, so the legend continues.
Next.
A kid is missing.
At 9/8 Central.
There is only so much I can take.
1 hour of Blue gives you a lot.
I'm not a kidnapper.
2 hours of Blue gives you so much more.
Did you put your hands on him?
I don't know where he is.
The 2-hour NYPD Blue season finale is next on ABC. Viewer discretion advised. 35 hours on a tiny platform in the sky. No nets, no food, no wires. David Blaine's newest feat is like writing 10 stories up and jumping into thin air. It's your worst nightmare, and he's been looking forward to it all year. David Blaine's Vertigo, live Wednesday, 10/9 Central on ABC.
When we first heard the word bungee jumping, everyone said, "Excuse me?"
It was a stunt that was introduced in America by a group of daredevils called the Dangerous Sports Club.
And that's one club I'd never join.
The rules of the club were that they do their stunts in formal clothing, in a mood of celebration, with a classical piano playing in the background. And stunts had to be dangerous.
They chose the Royal Gorge Bridge in Colorado and its 1,530-foot drop to demonstrate the chills and thrills of the bungee.
David Kirk sways in the breeze, too heavy to be pulled back by hand. After 2.5 hours, David is hoisted to the bridge with the help of his friends and a tow truck.
The Dangerous Sports Club was last seen on That's Incredible, pioneering a slalom ski ride aboard a piano. Man, do you suppose piano slalom will become an Olympic sport one day?
With some fine-tuning.
Every time I hear a story about someone who's made a difference by an act of kindness, I think about May Lemke.
She'd been well known for a warm heart and a giving soul in her town of Pewaukee, Wisconsin. So much so that everyone knew she'd be available in a crisis.
What we witnessed with her was both unexplainable and a miracle.
May recalls the first time she heard of her foster son, Leslie.
We had bought this house, and some neighbor come up here and said, "Are you called Miss Lemke?" I said, "Yes." He said, "Well, there's a call here from a hospital about a baby or something like that." So I went down and listened, and they said, "You're the only one that we could think of calling." Said, "You worked with these kind of children and everything, and we have a baby here that's going to die." And when I saw that poor little thing with its eyes out and everything, I took it.
Until 2 years ago, Leslie was unable to even talk. All his life, he's had great difficulty controlling his muscles. He can barely manage to dress or feed himself. Leslie is severely disabled, but there's something very special about him.
I said, this boy can't stand, and I'm going to drag him around. I said, so he feels what I'm doing. And he was getting on for 10 and 11 years old. And he was still so tiny. And I stood him by the fence, and he moved. And I saw him go like this. I said, come. Come on, baby. I said, come on to me. Because to me, he was just a baby. That's all he looked like. I said, come on, do another step. Just a step. Come on, walk. Come to me. And he took another step like this, you know, all shaky like this. And he stood like that.
Yes.
Yes.
Another thing May did right was to buy Leslie a musical instrument.
It was a second-hand piano. And I put it in there. And each night I would go in and ping, ping like that, you know. Just me, I'd be doing that. I wasn't playing no music at all, just going up and down like that. And he was around 16 years old. He couldn't talk or walk or anything. And we went to bed, and we heard music. I couldn't believe it. And I said to Joe, I said, did you leave television on? And he said, no. And I got up, you know, thinking I was going to turn off some music. And that boy had got out of that bed. How he did it, I don't know. And he was playing that piano.
How and why Leslie could suddenly play a piano concerto that he had only heard is beyond explanation.
I said, oh, thank you, dear God, that you've remembered to do something for Leslie.
Everybody's beautiful.
The first time he sang was the most important thing I ever heard. He was singing and playing piano, but he couldn't talk with us. What was I doing that time? I said, all I did sing.
Everybody's beautiful. In their own way.
Do you know that he did not cry until he was 18 years old? He was sat in that chair, and I saw a tear running down his cheek for the very first time, and I said, what is wrong with you? And he went like this, he says, I'm crying. And it was noises like, oh, like a child that was in the worst misery that had ever been with anybody, and he cried and cried.
But it can be wrong if you light up my
No, John, I can...
Okay,
well, let me.
Be careful.
Oh, I can do this.
Have you ever...
Sorry, guys.
Before That's Incredible, everybody thought that was the most excitement you could get out of dominoes. But then we began to scour the globe looking for domino stunts.
Once we started with domino toppling, we just couldn't stop.
Some of the most spectacular exhibits ever were made by Bob Specca and also by the team of Erez Klein and John Wickham.
We've taken two of their best runs, one that was set up in the U.S. and one set up in Japan, and combined them into one incredible display of the domino toppling game.
You absolutely can try this at home. Just don't invite Fran Tarkenton. guys remember an even crazier version of dominoes we had on the show?
Underwater dominoes?
No,
Domino motorcycle jump.
not quite. It was a chain of 2,000 human dominoes.
After 6.5 minutes of falling, all 2,000 human dominoes are finally down.
We'll be right back with more of That's Incredible.
We need your help, Mr. Hayes. Your brother was working on something with us.
My twin brother was CIA. When do we start?
Now.
From producer Joey Bruckheimer and director Joel Schumacher.
Does it play DVDs?
It's a portable thermonuclear weapon.
But does it play DVDs?
Anthony Hopkins.
You'd better learn this stuff.
Or what?
I'll kill you.
Chris Rock.
Do whatever it takes to serve your country.
Me so.
Bad Company. Rated PG-13. Starts Friday, June 7th.
Here at the world-class Caledon Spa, you can restore your mind and body. But can you restore your smile? See for yourself when you put Crest White Strips to the test. These thin, flexible strips work in ways whitening toothpaste can't. See, stains aren't just on your teeth, they're also in them. Whitening toothpastes only work on the surface. But the peroxide gel in White Strips stays on teeth long enough to get its stains below the surface. In 2 weeks, you can remove up to 10 years of stains.
Wow, you look great. You have the best smile.
Crest White Strips. Reveal your whiter smile. Guaranteed.
I'm doing it on my way to work.
At work.
I'm doing it while I get ready.
Today, over 4 million people have done Crest White Strips. These thin, flexible strips make it easy to whiten your teeth almost anytime, anywhere. In just 2 weeks, you'll get a noticeably wider smile that lasts at least 6 months.
I'm doing it right now.
Crest White Strips. Reveal your whiter smile. Guaranteed.
Want the meat tender and juicy? The secret is Lowry's Marinade with a splash of real fruit juice. Try teriyaki with pineapple or sesame ginger with mandarin orange. Lowry's Marinade, your secret to great flavor.
This is the Hamptons.
It's not a movie. It's real life.
There are so many hot girls here, it makes me wish I was straight.
If you're rich, famous, or just want to be, this is the place. The Hamptons, starting Sunday, June 2nd at 9, 8 Central on ABC.
Well, we really enjoyed our time with you on That's Incredible, the reunion.
We made a small dent in our vault that's filled with more than 1,000 stories.
We picked some of the best to show you.
Hope you had a good time watching them.
So from all of us,
Good night.
And goodbye for now.
oh.